Hello everybody. Sorry that I am a few minutes past when I wanted to start at 2:30, but I'm so glad to see all of you. My name is Katherine, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. Today we are doing the next episode of our Indie Author Behind the Scenes series with how I use Bookbub as a fantasy author. For those of you who don't know, last year I was fortunate to hit the Amazon bestseller list with my debut novel, The Vow That Twisted Fate, and I am so extremely excited to share some of the tools and tips that helped me get there in my first year as an indie author with all of you on this series. So if you have not caught the past videos, those are all available in the recordings on my YouTube channel, and this will be an ongoing series through the year, so feel free to subscribe if you want to keep up with the other news this year. Before we get started, I have just one little piece of housekeeping, I guess, and that's to say that this video is not sponsored by Bookbub at all. I did get their permission in writing to film this video and show you their website and show you how I use Bookbub as an indie author, but that does not mean that any of the opinions in this video are Bookbub's. They are all mine. This is an honest, unpaid review. So I hope that you can find some of these tips helpful. Feel free to drop any questions you may have in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them both on the live and after the live. So with that being said, let's jump into Bookbub. Let me share my screen here for you guys. So what is Bookbub? Bookbub is very similar to a popular other software called Goodreads, which I'll be showing you in a few weeks. It is a book review platform. Here you go. You can see it right here. It is a book review platform for readers, and this is really important. This is a platform where readers can search for your book. They can add it to their want to read list or wish list, but they get one extra feature here that they don't necessarily get from Goodreads, which I've found as a reader to be very helpful. And that is every time your book goes on sale, and I'm not just talking like, oh, it's available, I've published a book, but every time your book gets marked down for a sale, whether that's a free Amazon deal or a 99-cent Amazon deal, or you mark it down yourself, the Bookbub system emails everybody who's added it to their wish list or want to read list and tells them this book that you've shelved is on sale, which as an author is a fantastic free way to read readers that have not signed up for your newsletter. And as a reader, it gives you one place to add all your books and not necessarily keep up with which ones are on sale when. There's another software that I use for purchasing physical items of things called Camel. And this works sort of like that. It tells you, hey, it's marked down, go get it now. And then, of course, you can add reviews and stars, and you can recommend books and say why you recommend those books or didn't, if you give it a 1-star or 2-star. But it's just a great place to list reviews. You don't have a lot of author interaction, so if you're watching this as a reader and you're like, oh, Bookbub, is this how I can connect with authors? Probably not. You can find their social media pages there, and that would be how you would connect with them. And if you're watching it as an author, just like any review platform, if you're worried about negative reviews and reading them, I would restrict how often you go look, because you have a lot of the same mix of reviews. You know, you've got people that are going to love your books and people that may not love your books, and that's okay. Not every book is for every person. So let me go ahead and log in here to Bookbub, and then I'm going to show you what a Bookbub profile looks like. We'll talk about how you get set up in Bookbub, how you claim a book in Bookbub, and also talk a little bit about Bookbub ads and advertising today, because ads and advertising are some of the biggest tools that I've used for Bookbub. So let me share the logged in screen. Didn't want to share my password. Don't share your passwords, right? Oh, goodness. So here we go. Here's my logged in Bookbub screen. As you can see, I have already set up my profile, but when you first come in, you will want to go into your Google search and you'll type Bookbub Partners. And from there you can sign up for a Bookbub Partners page where you'll get to upload your photo here. You get to choose a username. I decided to stick with my Instagram username. You get to add in books. You get to see your reviews. People can follow you. You can follow other people back. I did not know about Bookbub being used as more than advertising until Vow was already out, The Vow That Twisted Fate. And I really wish I had, because I feel like it was a major missed opportunity. Being able to connect with those readers and say, hey, this book came out, is on pre-order, and now this book is available, and now this book is on sale, and I missed all of that for months. So don't do what I did. Go ahead, as soon as you know you're going to publish a book, create your Bookbub Partners page, get it all set up, and then as soon as you load your book for pre-order on whichever platforms you're using, you can go in here and claim your book. And when you claim your book, which we'll go through in a second, it will tell your readers a new pre-order is available from an author you shelved, and you open your email and it says Katherine Grams put a new book up, or insert your name has put a new book up. So on the main screen, you get to put your bio. You have to have a tagline. I know taglines can suck if you're like me and you're like, I know what to write, but having to summarize my entire writing career in one sentence, that's hard. Put your little short bio here. This is the same one that I have on my Amazon author page. And then you can see the books that I have written here. These include pre-orders. Angel's Abdication, for example, comes out April. Angel's Ascendance comes out in August, and Realm of Darkness, the box set, which Splitting Dawn is going to be in, comes out in October. So everything from here on is pre-orders, but here we have my books. People can also scroll down and see, here's the books I've recommended, which books I starred, what ratings I gave them. So if I click on any of these, it'll go straight to my review instead of just the book. And you can say, okay, here's this 5-star review, and here's what it is. You can like it, share it, whatever you'd like to do, add it to your own shelf. And then here are my 3 favorite books and some of the authors that I am following. So yeah, that's the gist of your profile. For a reader, if they want to add your book, they would click on your book. As you can see, there are 12 Bookbub ratings on this book, about 4.5 star average, which I'm so thankful for. I've got the same, all of this detail here, publisher description, was pulled directly from Amazon. This is a little important, I think. I have The Vow That Twisted Fate up on Barnes & Noble, Google Play, and Amazon, but the description that pulls to Bookbub is Amazon's. It like syncs. Whenever I make a change, even if it's a small change in Amazon, it updates Bookbub here, but it doesn't do that from Barnes & Noble or Google Play. So you might want to keep that in mind if you're making changes to your book, and just check that you've updated all your platforms. So when they pull up that, they can go over here to the right hand side and they can click Save to Wish List. They already own it, currently reading it, I've finished it, or I'm not interested in it. And then if they're wanting to buy it, there is a buy link right here in red on the site. They can click. It says this is available at Amazon. It's also available from Barnes & Noble and everything, like I said. And as you can see, it takes me straight to where I can buy this on Amazon. And I've got 32 ratings on Amazon. So yeah, 4.6 out of 5 stars. So they can read more reviews here if they're on the fence about it. And then once they're here, they can see the Kindle book, the audiobook, and the paperback book all right there. They can follow my Amazon author page. So it just syncs everything together. It's also a universal link, which is a question I get sometimes when I talk to people about Bookbub. If you're in the UK and you click this link, it's supposed to take you to Amazon UK. If you're in Australia, it's supposed to take it to Amazon Australia, as long as the author has their book available internationally, because sometimes authors don't. And so yeah, as long as there's one in your area, it should pop up. And then once you're finished reading, they can click review. I can't write a review of my own book, so I can't really show you, but when you pull it up, it's very straightforward. It's a window with stars. You click the number of stars. You click what you liked about it. They have little categories on them. And then you enter your actual review. So you can see here, here on these buttons are things that they liked. When they click the stars, then they get to click the buttons of what they liked. So C.H. Smith, who is a fellow author, he's the author of The Princess Knight, wrote great world building, wonderful characters are the reasons he enjoyed the book. Gave it a 5, wrote a little thing about it. It doesn't have to be a long review, but Bookbub also supports, as you see here, long reviews. Daphne Moore is another author. She's picked a few bubbles. And so, yeah, you could just scroll down through there and read. There's a lot of people that are on the fence about whether or not to read your own reviews, and that's not the point of today's video. So I ask, just ask yourself, how much do you want to know? As long as you can sort of detach from the negative reviews. I tell myself there are no negative reviews. There are reviews for people that it wasn't for them, and there are reviews from people who it was for them. So, yeah, that's the simplest part of Bookbub from a reader-facing standpoint. They sign up, they follow an author, they get updates on that author. You as an author, though, have to go to the Bookbub Partners page, which is where we're going to go next. Bookbub Partners. There's so many things in Bookbub Partners. Here is the dashboard. So this is the Bookbub Partner dashboard. Make it bigger, maybe you can see it better. On the Bookbub Partner dashboard, you have your author profile. You can click there, it'll take you to your author profile. This is how many followers you have, how many recommendations that you have made. You can share another one here. This is where you update things like your profile picture. If you need to update this information here, you have to do it from the edit button up here. So you'd edit it. You can have 3 total genres. So if you're a multi-genre author, you'll have to pick which genres you like best. But pick your 3 main genres, put them on, drop it in here, and save. Now you do not add your books from the author profile screen. You will have to click on My Books. Here it is. It is extremely easy to add a book in Bookbub. You click Add Books. You type your book, The Vow That Twisted Fate. You search for the book, and ta-da! There it is. And you just click Add, and it literally adds it. If your book is new to Amazon, like you just put it up yesterday, it probably won't be in here. And if a book is missing, you can request that they add it. So you'll do a search and it will say, we don't have any results. Is the book missing? And you click yes, and then you fill out a very brief form just with the ASIN number, which if you're on Amazon is right down here, the ASIN number under Amazon. And then you put in the title and sometimes the author name, and that's it. And they will add it for you, and in a few days it will probably be there, and then you can claim your book. But it is important that you claim your book so that nobody else can claim your book once you claim it. If you add a book on accident, you can request a change by clicking Request Change here. And then you can see here's all the pre-order dates. This is a new release. It's pending approval from Amazon because the interior files aren't uploaded to Amazon yet. You can see down here it says alert sent, new release alert sent. That means that when Downfalls of the King came out, all of my followers got an email from Bookbub saying, hey, books from authors you followed have now been released. And then they open it and they see Downfalls of the King has come out. So yeah, you can also add or change links by clicking here. So if you only have Amazon and then you go wide, you can click add or change links and add to there. Bookbub does support box sets, as you can see here. There are over 40 of us authors in the Realm of Darkness box set, and all of us who are on Bookbub were able to claim our box set just by adding it like I just showed you. There was nothing special about it. Nobody had to go in and assign us Specifically, we each got to add our own set. So yeah, adding books is very, very simple. Then once you have them in there, you have the opportunity to run Bookbub ads. This is the biggest discussion among Bookbub from what I have seen, and I just want to touch on it very, very briefly, and then we'll get back to show you the ads that I run. But winning a Bookbub feature, which we interchangeably use with the term ad, this would be a Bookbub featured deal, is a big deal. I have heard so many authors say that they have never lost money. They have always broken even on their Bookbub feature deals. There is so much that goes into Bookbub feature deals, and they have a whole blog about it. If you Google Bookbub feature deal myths, it's actually on the Bookbub blog, and they'll talk about things to do and not do if you don't want to get a featured deal. But ultimately, the point of this video is just to show you how Bookbub works. I'm not going to go into how to land a featured deal. I have not landed one, but they consider a lot of things. It's way more than just your number of followers or number of ratings or the star level of your ratings, and more about what their audience is currently reading, what is trending, what do they think is going to get clicks. There is a financial investment that will vary depending on which countries you're wanting to feature in the deal if you get selected, and what genre you write. So when I was submitting mine, it was between $500 and $600 US that it would have cost me to do a featured deal. That's a great opportunity, but I did not get selected, and that's okay. The ones that did, I totally saw why. They also feature traditional books. This is not an indie-only platform, so you need to keep that in mind. If you're planning your release and you want a better chance at getting a new release Bookbub deal, I'm not saying publish your book in an off month just for a better chance. But one of the things to consider is, what are the traditional books that are coming out that month? What is your competition going to be like? Just to make you feel a little better if you don't get chosen. If you do, great. If not, you can try again. They let you try more than once, and they walk you through that. There's a wait. I can't remember if it's 30 or 45 days, but if you apply and you don't get it, you can wait and try again. Anybody, though, can run Bookbub ads, which is the next thing we're going to talk about right here. Bookbub ads are just like Facebook ads or Instagram ads. These are ads that are shown to users either via the bottom of their emails, top of their emails, or while they're on the app or on the website. You can set it up one of two ways. So I'm actually going to clone an ad just to show you what that setup looks like. But you can say, okay, I want to target ebook readers or audiobook listeners. Audiobooks are a little more complicated because they don't directly support Audible. There is several things that they emailed me about. You can't just claim your Amazon audiobook as a book here in Bookbub. So you have to copy and paste your own buy links basically to sell the audiobook version of your book, and I'll show you that in a second. But ebooks you can use from just the ones you've added already. You can either upload your own creative, so you can say, okay, I'm going to select a file, I'm going to scroll down here, I want to use this ad, let's do this one. So I want to do this ad. There we go. This is an ad I created in Canva, which is a graphics design tool. I've already done a video. You can go look at it on how to use Canva. But I created my ad in Canva in a 300 by 250 pixel image, and I upload it here ready to go with a little button that will hopefully get people clicking my ad. Or you can use their built-in tool, and then you just upload the cover image and upload it from there. Now, I'm not actually going to start this ad because this is for Facebook, but let's say this was the cover I wanted. This is the book that I'm featuring. I could drop it in there. I could say I want one with a headline, and then I could say a Dwarven Warrior, and a human princess risk all to save their world from a legendary sorceress. Not necessarily the best ad creative. Don't come to me for ad creative. I might have to bring an ad creative expert on here, but you get it. You get 60 characters per line. You get 60 characters for the top ad copy up here, 60 more for the side. If you only do the side, you still only get 60, but you lose the top. And then, of course, you get your button, and you can have your button say, read more, buy now, 99 cents, pre-order, so on and so forth. It's whatever you want to put on there. It will auto-generate it. And then once that's all done, you go back to down here. This is the buy links. Links that people click on to buy the book. Now, if you're using a book that you have already synced, you've already claimed it in your Bookbub, and you go to ads, you can just activate which link you want on. So this is for the Realm of Darkness set, and we are available in a lot of places. We're on Apple, we are on Kobo, we are on Google Play, we are on Amazon, we are on Barnes & Noble, and it's 99 cents through all of them, but each one has their own individual, like you can see here, links. And you don't have to copy and paste in all those links. You claim your book and most of those will autofill, which is really, really nice. If you see some that are missing, of course, you can click add another link down here on the left-hand side, and you can add a custom link. And then you can just turn off the ones you don't want to use. Down here, you can target your ads to authors or to genres. I have not had a lot of luck. I'm still learning Bookbub ads, so I hesitate to give you too much advice. But the ones that I have done best with are ones that target readers who read similar indie authors to the genre, because I am an indie author. This does not mean that they are going to see this book is like Emma Hamm's book. They don't see that. Just like on Facebook ad targeting, they don't see that. It just means that if they follow Emma Hamm, the algorithm may choose to show them this ad. But of course, you don't want to pick random authors. You want to pick authors that do write similar to what you're advertising, so that the readers see content they would like. What I've gone through and done is I picked a few bigger names, but then I also went through and picked a bunch of authors that write in this box set with me, and I've started including myself because I realized, wow, I can be advertising to my own followers. But once you get all of that on here, you can scroll down. You can set your ad to either run nonstop, which means you're going to have to remember to come in and turn it off if it's not doing well, or if you don't want to run the ad. Like if you're running an ad for a 99-cent book, you're almost giving the book away. Almost. You could set your maximum cost per click down here to 20 cents or 25 cents. But as you can see, the average winning bid for an ad, that means how much the average person that wins a spot shown to a potential customer, are between 56 cents and $1 right now, and this number changes. So if I put an ad for 25 cents, somebody else also tries to put an ad in that space, but they're willing to spend 50 cents, theirs is going to win the bid, and theirs will be shown to the reader, and mine will not. So I have run cheap bids, but I've not had a lot of luck with them. The ones that I have luck with are in the 60 to 70 cent range most of the time, and if you're listing a book for 99 cents and you're only making 30 cents, you really don't want to pay people to read your book, right? You could give the book away for free in a promo on like BookFunnel. So keep in mind how much you're making, how much you're willing to spend, whether or not you're wanting to do cost per click, cost per impressions, and then how many days you want to run. This is your daily maximum budget per day. This is not your total budget. So if you have a $15 budget for the whole week and you want to run this ad for 5 days, you need to go in and say, my average is $3 per day. That was a rookie mistake that I had made. and then you name your ad, hopefully something that you won't forget. So yeah, that is how you set up an ad. Once it's all set and you confirm it and you have it running, you can see the dates that it's run. You get to see how many impressions it's had, how many clicks it's had, and where, and what that click-through rate percentage was. So Apple in Australia had a much higher click-through rate than Apple in the US, which has not had any yet. So this is going to depend on a lot of things. I haven't figured it out. I'm actually going to work with a mentor to talk about what kind of creative to put where. So if you're worried about specific marketing questions, I would go to a marketing expert for that. But that is how you go in and use the system to set up the ad, and then it will email you if your ads are not getting a lot of clicks and suggest that you pause it, that you tweak it, you do something different, and keep in mind what people are shopping for in that time. So yeah, you've got Chirp audiobook deals if your audiobook is available through Chirp, feature deals, which we've already talked about. You can apply for a new release for less feature, which I was also not selected for, but I hear that it's even harder to get a new release for less feature than it is to get a feature deal feature. So that's basically how Partners works. You have your ability to claim your books, have your ability to adjust your account, and have your ability to run ads. So very, very, very helpful platform. And again, I wish I had gotten on it earlier. Let's see if I can go back and look at Bookbub just in case you have any questions. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat. I appreciate you guys hopping on today. Try to go ahead and wrap this up. There are notifications. Your notifications will be so-and-so is following you, and these authors that, here's one helpful feature, discounts on recommended reads, books by these authors that I follow are on sale. So I can click that and it will say, hey, here's what's going on. People are rating these books that have been marked down and all of that. So it's helpful as both a reader and a writer. I have one final note just to share from a general perspective with you guys, and then we will wrap up. If you are worried that using your author profile to review other people's books, like if you're a blatantly honest reviewer like I am, if you're worried that that might make people upset, like you're a more critical reviewer, and you don't want it linked to your author profile, that's fine. You can create a reader account on Bookbub separately from your author profile. It is not required that your author and your personal profile be the same, similarly to Goodreads. I personally am a book reviewer, and it's just part of my brand, both for Reedsy Discovery, and then I also review books on Goodreads and Bookbub. I try to leave fair, honest reviews, and I'm okay with having that tied to my author name. But hopefully, we being an indie author network can all be honest and leave constructive criticism and personally have our own thresholds of when and when not to leave a review. But yeah, so yes, you can have your own separate non-author profile if you wish. Any questions at all, or are we good to wrap up today? Let's see. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you appreciated the video, if you found anything new about Bookbub, please give me a thumbs up. This has been such a fun series to do. I'm so excited to do more. So if you want to know what's coming next, we actually have on March 2nd a how much does it really cost to self or indie publish a book. Very excited about that, because there's a lot of different myths about cost of self-publishing, so we'll talk about that. And if you want to see any of my past videos or my indie author live chats with other authors, those are all in my channel, so like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification when I go live. Take care, everybody. Bye.